I'm Kathryn Kennedy, a reporter with the Daily Reflector, and I'm here today with Alan Thomas, who's running for mayor here in Greenville. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
Let me start out by asking, this is your first run for public office, is that correct?
That is correct.
And what qualifies you to be mayor of Greenville?
Well, that's a loaded question. There are a lot of things you can look at for what qualifies anybody to run for office, but first of all, I'm a father and married to Janet Stubbs Thomas, and I have two little girls, Ava and Holly, and I'm also very involved in the community here. And I think anyone who's a citizen of Greenville who is passionate about their community should always take the opportunity to do public service. I've been chairman of planning and zoning here in the city of Greenville, served on Board of Adjustment. I've been on contract with East Carolina when we were trying to get funding for the heart hospital. The chancellor hired me to go out and help lead that initiative to bring funding, and I started Purple Alert, which organized thousands of people across the state to help bring funding for the Heart Institute. Unfortunately, we were able to make that happen. I've worked with UHS on various projects in leadership and technology, and I've been very involved in the community, and quite honestly, I think there's a sense of urgency for something new in Greenville, a new projection of this city, and in these tough economic times, someone to go out and help grow this city.
Right. Would you see that as kind of your primary goal if elected mayor? I mean, what kind of do you see the role of mayor as being in Greenville? Well,
first and foremost, I think the role of mayor is to obviously be intertwined with the community. Work with the neighborhoods, work with the community organizations. You need to be an echo point for everyone, all of our communities in the city. But beyond that, the mayor, and especially in these times, you've got to go out and help grow the city. Don Parrott and others have done a wonderful job in the past of being our external voice. Go find funding for projects and for the city. You could work with other agencies, work with the region, work with the governor's office, work with the congressional level to help bringing funding and opportunity to Greenville. I've worked for the Department of Commerce, and my main function there was to recruit business and industry to the state of North Carolina. And I know many times a lot of communities are excluded without even knowing it, because they didn't do a good job of pulling together their resources. What are your utility costs? What are your school systems like? What is your quality of life? All these things are very important. Jacksonville, Wilmington, Rocky Mountain, all these communities are doing a really good job selling their communities for living wage jobs. And we aren't here in Greenville. We have to move from a passive approach and move more to a more proactive approach to help bring living wage jobs to the city.
Aside from the need for jobs and growth of industries and business, what are the other issues you see as confronting Greenville right now?
Well, we're obviously dealing with a crime issue here in the city. And, crime is more than statistics. It's a perception of your community. And I spoke with a group this morning, and I had a mother tell me that her family members have always been strong ECU fans. And now, just from what they've read in the papers and they've seen online, they're concerned about seeing their kids here to Greenville. We just had a wonderful task force come together over the past year to talk about solutions for Greenville. But to me, I see that as just the first step. A lot of those recommendations are about downtown Greenville, but you and I both know we have issues around the campus area in East 5th Street as well as West 5th Street and other parts of the city. I'd like to use a more comprehensive approach. I think Southeast Raleigh has done a wonderful job in their plan, which has cut down their violent crime, it's cut down their drug use. I think Cary and some other communities, there's some great peer opportunities out there for us to get engaged in to try to go after our crime issue. And it's not just about police, although we want our officers to get out of their cars and walk in the communities. It's also about our ministries and our current community programs. We all have to work together in a public-private partnership if we're going to get this thing done. It is truly a community effort if we're going to improve crime and our reputation.
Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.